Okay, this is our first interview. Would you give your name, please?
Gregory Maddox.
And Gregory, how long have you been a member at St. Luke?
Probably since '74. I believe it was '74, around that time frame.
Okay. Um, what was your first experience here? Did you come to Sunday school or church?
My first experience coming to Sunday school, me and my sister, my late sister Sharon, we would walk from Highway Circle, which was now known as Antioch Circle, over here each Sunday.
Who was your Sunday school teacher?
And Ms. Cranford was one of the teachers. Mr. Bertram Cranford, one of my teachers as well during that time when I was coming to church school.
As superintendent now, do you remember who the superintendent was at that time?
I know Thomas Scott served at one time, Brother J.C. Moore, and Sister Liberta Harris was superintendent.
Okay, I think Ms. Harris may have been
Before,
first.
First, she was first.
Yes, Mr. Bertha Harris. What's your fondest memory, or what are your fondest memories of St. Luke?
Well, the fact that we all worked together, most of us walked. I can remember the Moors come here. I can remember the exact seating. They would sit over here in this area by the windows. And then I recall the elders of the church, Mrs. Melton, Helen Melton, Mrs. Helen Nita Todd, Mrs. Margaret Thomas, all sit over there in that area. Miss Simon, I could just picture them now sitting over there as I was teaching yet then. Older adults who gave me a lot of insight as I asked questions. So I remember those times.
Okay, so you came right in as a teacher.
Pretty much as a teacher. And then I ascended to the assistant superintendent under Mr. Moore, and then eventually I became superintendent.
Okay,
Yes.
all righty. You were also a very active member of the choir.
Yes, I was.
You still enjoy singing.
I still, singing is my forte.
That's your forte. Okay, all righty, that is good. Wondering if there are other memories of how the church has made an impact on the community.
This church has been very pivotal in that area, particularly when we had the feeding ministry.
Mm-hmm.
That helped a lot of people, and you could tell the people were interested that there was a need for that ministry,
Mm-hmm.
and as well as the hygiene ministry. There was a need for that, and I think people responded well to that. And so hopefully we can continue that, our outreach into the community, because we are in a community that is, that need help, all this area here around the church.
Mm-hmm.
And beyond the church is the need of food and need of counseling and uplifting. Yeah, so we should reach out and touch those who are in need. That is our duty as a church.
I have one last question, and it just went straight on. Okay, how many years have you been superintendent?
Since 1993.
Okay, so that's 30 years.
30 years.
And you've seen church school change a lot over the years.
It has.
For one thing, it's no longer called Sunday school,
Church school.
church school.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to see in the future for our church school?
I see more young people involved, from toddlers up, primary, intermediate, juniors, seniors, teenagers. In my job, I deal with teenagers. I have actually sung there, and they said, Mr. Maddox, we like your singing. I mean, they just keep singing it after I sing a song. They keep singing it over and over again.
So for church school, do we have a good resource pool here for teachers and resources? Is that something you'd like to see more of, so that your duties as a superintendent can be that of a superintendent?
Right. We identify those who are willing to teach.
Yes. Hopefully with your fervor and
Yeah,
consistency.
yeah. To teach and to dedicate themselves to teaching our kids, because they are the future church. Because, okay, I'm in the 60-plus range, and but Reverend Carter told me, he said, Greg, you still got a lot of energy. So I praise God for that.
Okay, well, that is excellent.
Yeah, so we want